Hey everybody, it's Dizzy, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about a product I have used quite a lot this month. I'm going to be doing a little bit of a review on it. So it is the Kryolin Aquacolor paints. These are water-based, water-activated glycerin paints. And the reason I've been using these so much is because I've been doing 31 days of Halloween on my Instagram. So if you're not following me on Instagram, I'm Dizzy Makeup Girl. Same name I have here, just go check it out. But 31 days of Halloween means every day in the month of October I am posting some sort of Halloween themed something. And often it is decor or sometimes it's clothing. Like, look, my t-shirt today has a werewolf on it. That was today's. This is by Pinky Star, by the way, which if you guys like horror themed stuff, they have some really cool like rockabilly and horror themed clothing. I'm going off on a tangent. The point is, and sometimes it's face paint or makeup for Halloween and different characters. I've done Maleficent, I've done the Joker, I've done like a full face of pumpkin makeup, like an evil jack-o'-lantern Sith thing. Anyway, every time I've done that and my whole face has been a color other than the actual color I am, I have been using this. And the reason I love this is because it is a water-activated face paint, which means that you can clean it up with soap and water. It is completely safe to use on yourself, on children, on your body, on your face. And the thing that impressed me the most is I've used it sometimes several days in a row and not had breakouts, not had problems from it, just been totally fine, came off really easily and never caused me any issues. So let's get into some more in-depth information. So what I have is a Kryolin kit, and this is so it comes with these colors here. You can get several different kits from Kryolin. You can also buy singles. So for instance, if you wanted to buy singles, it's a larger pot, or you can buy these little refills that go in here. And if you wanted, you could get like black, white, yellow, blue, and red, and then mix your own colors because these mix beautifully together. I just got this little kit because I knew I'd be using it a lot, but there's a lot of different kits. There's like a neon kit, there's this one, there's a couple others. So they're all on the Kryolin website, which I'll put down below, but you can also find them, like I got this when I went, this is the FP color kit, so this is FP, but I got this when I went to Crypticon, which is my local horror convention that was really into makeup. They were selling this, they had a Kryolin booth. But you can also get this at theatrical makeup stores and things like that if you have them in your area. So let's talk about the strengths and weaknesses of a product like this. So first of all, like I said, they're easy to clean up. Because they're water activated, they're very easy to work with. So I'll go ahead and show you what I'm doing here. So I've got a spray bottle of water. I think we're gonna go into this green color. I'm gonna spray it with water. I'm going to take a brush. You want a synthetic brush. This is a synthetic foundation brush. And I'm just going to dip into that. And then I'm going to apply it to my hand. I should have probably picked a stronger color so you guys could really see it. Okay, so there we go. That is that. Now once this dries, it will set and it will stay and it will be smudge proof. It will not move again until it gets wet again. So you don't want to get like caught in the rain with this, but it will stay on very, very, very well. So let's say I want to blend another color with it. Let's say I want to take like a darker green. So the problem with this stuff is while it's still wet, I can take a darker green and I can blend it over. No big deal, right? But once that dries, if you try to paint something over it, it will just strip off the color. So that's the thing. I feel like these are really good if you want to create like a base color. Like when I did Maleficent, I pretty much painted my whole face green, and then I did my details a different way. Because you can't really go back over this and like paint over it with another color of the same paint, because once you get it wet, it will pick itself up. Also, if you try to put a color over it that's like a really contrasting color, it doesn't really look good. It kind of doesn't blend. So for instance, I've got green and I want to put like magenta pink over it. Well, I guess it's sort of a bricky pink. Let's see. All right, is this dry? Yeah, this is dry. So this is set now. So I can put it over and that's okay. It can kind of layer. But if that's too wet, it's gonna, do you see, as soon as it gets wet, it starts interacting with the color underneath, and it makes my paint kind of a muddy shade. So that's not the best thing. That's why I say it's better to just use a base color, use this as a base color like all over an area, and then put your details on differently. And what I like to do to apply my detail colors, and the less water you use, the thicker the paint and the more opaque it becomes. So see, there you go. That is a nice opaque layer. Now, if I wanted to, I could spray the brush, get it really wet, and then you can get this very sheer. So you can do a sheer wash, or you can do a much thicker, more opaque coloring. So it really depends on what you want to use, but what I like about it is the same product can give you quite a lot of diversity, and that's one of the strengths, I think, of this product, is that you can get a lot of different looks with it, but you have to do a little bit of trial and error and a little bit of experimentation. But it's really fun, and it's face paint. It's like watercolor paint for your face, and it's super easy to remove, so you don't lose anything by having a little bit of a learning curve. Now, when I want to do shading or interesting effects with it, I will use a powder eyeshadow or a loose pigment of some sort, and I find that that really does give me a nice effect. So I'm going to take a loose pigment. This is Darling Girl, The Babysitter and the Man Upstairs from the Urban Legends collection, and I'm just going to show you guys kind of some things you can do. So this is sort of a chartreusey pigment. It's got a lot of duochrome, and I'm just going to take a fluffy cosmetics brush on this dry green bit. So what this does is it creates a really good base for pigments. So look, do you see suddenly we have this really pretty sort of iridescent quality to it. So that is a really cool way of layering it up and doing something creative. And then also, you can use pigments to create details and lines, or plain just eyeshadows. You know, just powder eyeshadows work for this. But let's see, I'm going to take, this is a red. This is terrible color theory, but at least I can give you guys an idea. So I'm just going to be taking a kind of flat brush, and then once this is dry, you can use a pigment to draw lines and do things like that. So that is how I add details. So let's say, like when I did Maleficent, I painted my whole face green. And then I went back and took pigments and shaded around my nose and gave myself ridiculous Maleficent cheekbones, and did all that by just painting on with powder. And the powders are a little bit easier to blend. Like, here's my line, and I can go back over it and kind of make it a little bit softer by blending it with a brush. But it really does work almost like an eyeshadow base, but it's really not bad. I would feel comfortable going to an event where I knew I was going to be like dry the whole time. Like, I wouldn't go to like a pool party painted up like this. But like if you were going out trick-or-treating with your kids, or like to a con that was a smaller one, we weren't going to be like sweaty and miserable the whole time, this would probably be a really good option for you. So yeah, there we go. That is my quick review, I hope quick, of Kryolin Aqua Paint. I think that if you are interested in starting in face painting, you're a face painting hobbyist, or you just want a safe makeup to do on your kids for Halloween or yourself, this is a great product. So I will put the links down below to the Kryolin website, and I hope you guys are having a great week, and I'll see you next time.